Hi friends, I'm the vegan. I make a new breakfast today. I make a new recipe every day. and that's because I want to have the experience, the full experience of the endless variety. It's almost endless, it seems, of plant-based food. Vegan food opens the door to really totally new flavor experiences. And as anything in life, what promises success has to be systematized. I have to have a systematic approach to pursue a goal. Yeah? The systematic approach reflects here in the method of Take 3. That's why I call, maybe for about 2.5 years or so, all my recipes Take 3. That means building blocks, I make little building blocks, my recipes, they all have 3 parts. And I can add 2 parts because one ingredient of these building blocks can also have 3. Then we have together for 5. So the example for today here, the reason why I take 3 is very simple. It's mathematics, because if I have only 2 ingredients, my flavor, my taste buds are pretty clear about what is what. Because mathematically you have 1 times 2 variations, possible combinations. That it means 2 ingredients have 2 possible combinations. Whereas 3 ingredients have 1 times 2 times 3, 6 possible combinations. And this is confusing for my taste buds. I cannot tell exactly which flavor comes from which ingredient and how these flavors, that means they build a new flavor, one new confusion. A feeling is something where everything comes together and there is no more discrimination. A feeling is something that just I experience, I feel, I go into that. That's my feeling, like a flavor. And I want to make this experience as a chef for myself and for the people who eat my food. I want them to have new experiences, diving into the flavor, merging with the flavor. And that's why I need a little bit complexity, but not too much. Because when I begin with too many ingredients, like 4 or 5, then I don't know what went wrong if something went wrong. So that is the systematic approach, means I minimize the efforts, yeah? Take a small number, minimum number of ingredients, and in such a way I proceed step by step. I can analyze complex flavors, complex recipes. Oh, I love this recipe. I don't know how they made it. Yeah, and that was when I was a chef. All my life, I never invented my own recipes until I found this method of Take 3. Now I can have a complex recipe and take parts of it and try to understand the parts apart from each other. And then I put it together again. So I can understand, I can feel, I can experience every recipe. But I begin usually with these 3 ingredients, or this, for example, here, I make a breakfast. That means the breakfast is either very simple, maybe just bananas. I can eat 20 bananas, and then I'm full, I feel complete, but I have to eat a lot of the bananas because in a banana are only so many ingredients, so many nutrients. So I need a lot of different nutrients, so I need a lot of the banana. Yeah? Like the monkeys, the big apes, they eat huge amounts of food because they only eat a certain kind of plants according to where they live. But another way to eat a breakfast is to put many different ingredients together. Then I don't need to eat that much because all the different ingredients, nutrients in the recipes is already in there. So you don't need to eat that much. So that's why today I choose the second way, putting different ingredients together for a great variety of nutrients, for a satiating effect, for being filled for a while. So, but of course, even when I use a great amount of ingredients, I again go back to the building blocks from where it starts. Small amounts of numbers of ingredients. So here I begin with a smoothie with bananas and walnuts. Here I show you. I have 3 bananas and a small handful of walnuts. This is good because here is more fat and here is more carbohydrates. So basic parts of my food is fat and carbohydrates. I use a lot amount of carbohydrates, a small amount of fat usually. That's super healthy. But most of the science agrees in. And it has also a very nice silken texture. The creaminess of bananas together with nuts or seeds, because of the fat, is outstanding. A very nice texture. And the flavors are always different. If I take bananas with walnuts or let's say hazelnuts or other, there are always different flavors and little bit textures. Because of course every nut has a different properties. So what's very nice together with bananas is lemon. And with lemon together, to boost the flavor, is ginger. Ginger and lemon is a perfect team. You know, here's a piece of ginger, a good piece of ginger, you see, pretty big, and a nice large piece of lemon. So lemon and ginger makes banana perfect, and I guess it might also be good together with walnuts. I think so. And I have coconut milk to give it a nicer creamy texture. A little bit of liquid in the smoothie helps to get a nicer texture, and the coconut milk is very nice also with regard to the next ingredients of my fruit salad. I put a fruit salad, a granola, on top of the smoothie. You will see that in a moment, to get more ingredients and more different nutrients. And with regard to these other ingredients, I also take coconut milk. I show you in a moment why. Coconut milk also goes very nice with bananas. Yeah, I made my own coconut milk. You can watch in a video linked under this video how I make my own coconut milk. It's actually pretty easy, especially if you have it done several times, the whole coconuts, the brown ones. Then after a while it gets more and more easy, and you do it in 5-10 minutes, and it's very much fun. So no problem. But you have to get a little bit used to it. It's a nice way to make some staples, to put some things on pre-made ingredients, to make it very easy to put something together quickly. So now blender dance to make the smoothie. Itself should be a very delicious and filling smoothie. I could eat it by its own, I believe. Now I have to taste it, check. Texture is nice, it's creamy, a little bit gelled up. I'll show you in a moment. First I taste it. Super delicious. It's a good amount of ginger, but because there are also a very good amount of lemon, it fits perfectly together. I show you. Here, this is a glass where I serve my own breakfast in. Yeah, this is nice because you see what's in the glass. In a bowl with porcelain or so, I cannot see what's inside, so sometimes I prefer this. So here I show you now my smoothie. I just put a little bit on the bottom, my first portion. I have several glasses when I want to eat a little bit more. So this is what's on the bottom. You see the creaminess, the wonderful texture of this. Yeah. It's a wonderful smoothie. I can eat it on its own. Yeah. But it's a breakfast with several ingredients. So I begin with the base of a smoothie, like a smoothie bowl. You could make a smoothie bowl the same way. Now I have a fruit salad with pineapples and raspberries. Very nice together. Yeah, raspberries are sour sweet, and pineapples also more sweet than sour. And if they are ripe, these one are very nice, ripe, delicious. I tried a little bit, wonderful together with raspberries. And that's not so clear because pineapple is not nice with everything. Sometimes when I put pineapple together with another ingredient, the flavors fall apart and don't combine to a new flavor. Then I feel, oh, that doesn't fit together. So, but with pineapple and raspberry, very nice. I guess that is because of the pineapple, they have so-called bromelain. The bromelain is an enzyme that helps with digestion and it's very healthy. But I guess that's the reason why the pineapple is so special and sometimes better by itself. But with raspberry, no problem. And the third ingredient here, the third ingredient in this second part, buckwheaties. Buckwheaties are sprouted and dried. It's also very nice because they are crunchy, the buckwheaties, and you can make them. Takes only in the summertime. It takes only 1 day or so. Yeah. Sprouting, or maybe 1.5 days. Yeah, I soak them overnight in lots of water, and sometimes they begin at the end of the day already. They begin to have these little tails, the sprouts. And the buckwheaties don't only need a small tail, because when more grows out of them, they change their flavor. And I prefer this very initial state because the flavor is very nice and almost not to be seen, the tails, but of course the nutrients is enhanced, of course, and this crunchiness from drying them, wonderful. So I put a good amount of them on top of my raspberries and pineapples, and of course I tried that too. I know raspberry and pineapple and buckwheaties are perfect together. Yeah. Again, I'll show you what I have here. I could even take some more. See what it looks like. Yeah. So it's a granola. Yeah, with the cereals, a pseudo cereal granola, buckwheatie, and some fruit. We have everything that's needed for a granola. Now I put it on my smoothie, just a little bit, some of the mixture, the texture here. The second part, the main part. See, like this. And on top, the third part, I show you right away, I put a superfood, another superfood, they're all superfoods, some to decorate, some goji berries. You see, this is my granola smoothie bowl with some goji berries, third part on top. That's very nice also together with the ginger and the pineapple and the buckwheaties, and the smoothie here. Here the goji berries are very nice there. They add a little bitter flavor. Goji berries are very strong. They're super high in antioxidants. They're called a superfood. I don't need that much of them. They're very strong character. It goes so nicely with the ginger, with the pineapple. All these ingredients have very strong characters on their own. But that makes it a very powerful breakfast and super delicious. A very strong character. Definitely new flavors. I did not experience with it before. And what I told you before, I said before, from the coconut milk, the reason why I put the coconut milk into the smoothie, that is also because of the pineapple. Because the pineapple has this special character and it doesn't go so good with many different nuts. With coconut, it goes perfectly, and also with walnut. So the walnut coconut smoothie here is directly designed for the pineapple. It's all about the pineapple. That's the main ingredient here, and I have invented some nice combinations here to make the pineapple, to give it a nice environment. This is my breakfast today. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If you like, give me please a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to MDV on YouTube, have another recipe every single day, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.